Schools, and in particular teachers, they play a very important role in shaping the future society. And this is very important now when we see that more hate message and anti-Semitism disseminated through the internet. And the school can address this and give the children the tools that they need.
We're working to better equip educators and the public on how to discuss issues related to anti-Semitism, intolerance, and non-discrimination.
First of all, the politicians should be focused on prevention. So think at schools that you teach children what anti-Semitism is and why it's not okay.
If Jews are at risk, then everyone else who's a minority is at risk. If Jews are threatened, then everyone else who is slightly different or overtly different is threatened.
What ODI can do is to provide information about best practice in the various participating states.
First and foremost, at the moment, we are doing research.
How can we look at also the existing educational practices?
We are having focus groups in a number of countries within the OSCE region to identify obstacles that educational professionals face when teaching about anti-Semitism in the classroom. These findings will feed into the development of a policy guideline.
UNESCO is very happy to work with OSCE on a policy guide. We think it will be a very, very useful tool for policymakers, which we're also complementing with materials for teachers to implement the work on the ground.
The hope is that through organizations will also be proactive and ameliorate this problem before it spirals completely out of control.
I think that when school pupils come to school at the age of 12, 13 and 14 and are educated on anti-Semitism and xenophobia, the basis for their feelings is there already.
In 2016, we selected projects for funding, and we could gather different experiences from these projects, different ideas for how to make the topic of anti-Semitism more accessible in the classroom and more interesting for teachers and students alike to want to discover. And these projects, the experience we gained from them, has helped us to design a future generation of tools for the educational sector.
First of all, we want kids to understand that this happened here. We want them to recognize the places, the spaces, the landmarks of their own cities that they are passing every day.
We have worked with several organizations, among them Anne Frank House, in developing teaching material to be used in the classroom. And this is actually based on local realities and has been now used in 14 different countries.
It's really important that future generations of teachers learn about these topics. So we decided the gap ODIHR could fill is creating a framework curricula for teacher training institutes so that all new teachers who come out of training have learned about these topics. They cover intolerance, bias, prejudice, and particularly anti-Semitism, so that teachers teaching in a classroom, in a village, in the countryside or in a city are able to make these topics important for the students in their local context where they are growing up and learning about the world.
It's very necessary to listen youngster voices and figure out what is manipulation and what is truth in real life.
Effective education on anti-Semitism really needs to reach people, not only at the intellectual level, but also in their heart.
We are developing a set of teacher aids for practicing teachers where they can get information and ideas on how to create their own lessons that address the topic of anti-Semitism in particular.
I really think that if we had thought about anti-Semitism, the Holocaust and similar stories, had put them in curricula as obligatory part of education 20 years ago, I think that the situation in Europe might have been quite different today. But it's not too late. Let's work for the next generation.